What is up, Rasmanites? It is time for 90 films in 90 days, week 2 update, and then I have a general update to give you about the channel and about me. So that's all coming up right now on the Razman's Reality. And welcome back. Okay, so 90 films in 90 days. We left off with a continuation of Kubrick Week. So the next film on the list was my absolute favorite Kubrick film of all time. Of course, that is A Clockwork Orange. A Clockwork Orange, just an absolute freaking fantastic film, visually, stylistically, story, just the absolute antithesis of a masterpiece. Can never ever get enough of that film. Unfortunately, I only have the crappy DVD edition. It's not even the 2-disc special edition DVD. So, and it's packed away right now, in case you're wondering why I'm not showing it. It's the same way with all of these ones that aren't being shown right now. They're packed away, and I'll get into why so much is packed away here at the end of the video. But A Clockwork Orange, like I said, absolute classic. If you haven't seen it, see it. Want to get it on Blu-ray someday. Absolutely freaking fantastic film. Next up was The Shining. And I hadn't seen The Shining since I was, 6, 8 years old. Scared the crap out of me then. Scared the living crap out of me now. Still a perfectly brilliant horror film, even though it's cliche and a lot of the things they did in the film they probably wouldn't do these days. But it still scares the crap out of you because it's horror that doesn't try too hard to be horror, and it's just absolutely brilliantly fantastic presentation in the film. Full Metal Jacket, it's one of those films when you watch it, it's hard to describe. It's just like most of Kubrick's work, because it's just so different, and it's something that's never been seen before. Full Metal Jacket is an emotional roller coaster ride, at least for me. A lot of people say it's not his best work, and just not good. But I love Full Metal Jacket, love the narration in it. I actually forgot about the narration in it the day after watching it. That's how much it actually works in the film, because I was having a conversation with Liam about films and narration in film, and what films work with narration and what films don't. And I was talking about, for the most part, I don't like narration in the film, but then he reminded me that Full Metal Jacket actually has narration in it, and it really works. So Full Metal Jacket is a good film. Next up is the final Kubrick film that I had in my collection. It was the same for Liam, so we stopped Kubrick Week with this film. And it's a film that kind of gets passed over to Kubrick lore, much like Full Metal Jacket, really. At least the people that I've talked to that are Kubrick fans kind of loop Full Metal Jacket in with this one, because it's not one of their favorites, but I absolutely love it because it's just stylistically so perfect. It's a pretty disturbing story, at least my definition of disturbing. It's very, very different, and plus it's a young Nicole Kidman and a young Tom Cruise. Really the only time we've seen those two together at a young age, other than Top Gun, that I know of. And of course I'm talking about Eyes Wide Shut. So yeah, Eyes Wide Shut, a great film, very, very hot film. Even today it's still kind of hot to me. So Eyes Wide Shut, great stuff. So Kubrick Week ended, and it was back to picking our own films. So the film that I picked next was In Bruges, which, if you pay attention to the cigarette burns, you know that I just put up a full review of it on the Cigarette Burns channel. So if you want to know some of what I think about the film, and I say some because I was the first one to lead off this round and didn't want to give away too much of the plot, didn't want to give away the movie for anyone that hasn't seen it, but since I had to review for the Cigarette Burns, I did decide to watch it again for 90 Films in 90 Days, and it just absolutely is one of my favorite films. Even though I've only seen it twice, it's already one of my favorite films. I've been quoting this for weeks and probably will quote it for the rest of my life. The plotline isn't that entertaining on itself, on the surface. 2 hitmen for hire, and a guy who, of course, pays people to kill for him. Very dark on the surface, not very deep, but it definitely is a very deep film, and a beautifully done film, humor-wise, stylistically, character-driven. I can't really say enough about In Bruges. But again, I don't want to give it away because it's a film that gets passed over a lot. Not a lot of people have seen it. So go and watch the Cigarette Burns review if you want to know more about In Bruges, at least as much as I gave away there. But yeah, In Bruges, great stuff. Please do yourself a favor and see it if you haven't seen it. And that leads us to yesterday, which was a film I'd never seen before. I actually caught it on cable on HBO. It was Marley and Me with Owen Wilson and Jennifer Aniston. Very, very good film. Heartwarming family film right up until the end when, well, you may not know what happens in the end, so I won't give it away. But the ending kind of ruined the film and kind of made it not enjoyable. So, yeah, that was a real letdown for me. Didn't know anything about the story going into it, so the ending really sucked me out emotionally. And then that leads us to closing out with what today's film will be. And it's the only one that's out that I can actually show you. And it's The Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Chose this film because it's one of my all-time favorite films, and I can never get enough of seeing it. So, wanted to see it again. Wanted to tell you guys a little bit about what's going on with me. Looks like the 1st is going to be the date that I move. So, you'll get videos up until October the 30th. That'll probably be the last day that I can make a video. Cable's due to be turned off on the 31st, so that'll pretty much make the 30th the last day I can make a video before the move. Signed the lease. Like the place a lot, and could be a good change. We'll wait and see. The other thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about is, you may have noticed yesterday that there were some videos that are no longer on my channel. I have my own personal reasons for wanting to remove those videos, and I'm not going to explain them. If you're a long-time subscriber, you might be able to figure it out, but yeah, those videos are gone and they will not be re-uploaded. The only video that might be redone at some point is the Legends of WrestleMania video game review, because that was actually a pretty popular one for me. With that, this is reality according to the Razman and Razman style. It's not just a catchphrase, but a way of life.